we done tripled this up. So we got the triple dipple on it. I know, you're probably thinking, oh, dude, you just can't use one. So I didn't. And I made sure this little clip later was here because before I didn't have that clipped. It was just a pain in the butt to do it. But I made sure I got it this time. That way this thing couldn't wobble all over and wham, kicking back with that turbo when we're launching and stuff like that. And this freaking massive engine in this car. And we're just getting on it. So we should have that sexed up for sure. We shouldn't have no more problems here. Engine oil is full, so we're going to clap that up and move on over now. Just wanted to let you know that so you weren't worried about me and, doing something that I shouldn't have done or not doing it good enough.
On the show, on the Chad Keegan YouTube channel show.
Folks, and welcome back to the Chad Keegan YouTube channel, or today Uncle Chad's Autobody and Garage, because today what we're going to be doing is we're going to be changing the oil in this bad boy, the Dart. Since I changed the turbo out, I haven't changed it, but I do have 3,000 miles on it, so that is nice. Had no issues with it so far, but it needs an oil change, so we're going to change it because it's kind of lagging out a little bit. And since it's a synthetic 4-cylinder, with the turbo, that kind of stuff needs done occasionally. And also, we're going to show the big wagon some love today because it needs the oil changed also. Usually, we do truck stuff, and this segment's brought to you by Defiance Truck Sales. If you need a cab over, call them up. Anywho, we're going to be showing the wagon some love because it needs an oil change too. I think it was 2 years ago. It's been 2 years since I changed the oil, but, I really don't drive it all the time, so... but it needs it. I know it does. It's kind of dirty, and I like to keep things fresh, even though it's going to get ready to be parked for the year because, it's August right now, getting towards the end of August, and here pretty soon it won't be able to be run because we're in the northern states. And until we get down into some of them southern states where it can be ran all the time, it'll be parked once it gets too cold. I just don't even start it up, unplug the battery, and it just sits right there. And man, look how nice that thing looks. Even tires and beef feeders on there. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. So we're going to be getting into this thing. It's got the 5.0 EFI fuel injected engine in it, which is lovely. For some reason, the Cruise wants to go, when you said it, it just doesn't go like it should. So one of these days, I'm going to be tearing into this thing. It's just not a priority because I can pedal the car, so it's not that big of a deal. And yeah, that's why I'm wearing the sunglasses, because I'm getting some reflection from down here on this. Bam, Earl shine right in my eyes. Bassing me. But we got a nice Wix filter with some 10W30 Valvoline. Usually I go with an STP filter, but I ran over to the O'Reilly's today, and that's what they had was the Wix filter when they cross-matched it, because I can see right down where it is to be able to see it. But we're going to do the Dart first because that is a car that we drive more often than the wagon, and it needs done, so we're going to do it first. Went over to the O'Reilly's just like I did, picked up the 5W40 full synthetic Euro, because that's what this takes. It even says it right there if you can see that. Yep. And then we got us another Wix filter, which honestly, to be honest with you, I had one sitting up here, which I didn't realize until I got back and I was looking around, and I said, hey, that's right there. So I shoved it over here to go along with some other stuff that I have, some other filters I have up here. Because, I like to keep stock of my shit. Because I got shit, because I need shit. I want to have the stuff when I need it, a box full of stuff down here, different filters and whatnot for the trucks, because like I said, I want the stuff and won't have to call and worry about waiting for a day or two. If I need something, I want to just be able to do it, you know, just want to do it. So that's what we're going to do today. Like I said, that car has been running pretty decent, but I can tell it's starting to, you know, it needs it. That's one of the things is a turbo car. Now I'm thinking after I get rid of this car and give it to my daughter, I'll probably never get another turbo car because I don't have to worry about constantly changing oil and shit like that, you know, because I've had other 4-cylinders. Like I had a Ford Fusion that was a manual, and I would go probably about 7,000 miles. I know it sounds insane, which, I mean, have you looked at me lately? I would go 7,000 miles between oil changes on that thing, and I never had any problems with that car. And this dual dry clutch and stuff like that, it's just so iffy. You know, I had a guy come up to me the other day and ask me about it. He's like, are those junk, blah, blah. I'm like, it just depends what you do with it, what your plans are, you know, how you take care of it, things like that. Because you want to make sure you take care of your stuff. You take care of your stuff, it'll be okay. It won't be so much junky, but I don't know. I guess it's just whatever. It's what it is. So we're going to get into this. You know, you've seen me do it before, so I'll cut that out. I'll probably do them both at the same time, maybe. Well, I guess I got one pan, the big pan right here, which I can grab the small pan and pull it out. I've already got it jacked up and stuff. I don't need to jack this car up because, obviously, as you can see, there's enough room. Your boy, I can just slide up under here if I need to. You know what I mean? I can get under here and fit under here. I don't have to jack nothing up to get to nothing. So I can just reach up under there and get to it, because that thing got that tall stance on them 18s, even though it probably could have used some bigger wheels in the back, but I didn't want to offset them, you know what I mean? I just wanted to keep everything the same. And somebody, every time I'm out and see people, they're like, oh my God, you show them pictures of that and stuff like that. And I'm like, yeah, I actually have the original set of tires right there. Well, the rims at least. Those are, I got some white walls on those tires that I had put on when I first bought the car, because had a bunch of different mismatch stuff and stuff like that, so couldn't just do it, but it's what it is. So it's what we're doing today in the garage. It's a little warm outside, so I figured, I'll do some work in the garage. Need to change some oil and some stuff, you know what I mean? Yeah. Well, I just popped the cap on that, which is nice. That plug is a 9/16. Oddly enough, this European built car, or built after a European car, has got all, you know, the nice stuff on there. So it's 1 inch for the filter thing. That's the wife burping in, and it's 9/16 for the plug. Yeah, whatever. This oil's not too bad. I don't think it's too bad. It's not really too dirty. I probably could have ran it for a little bit longer, but I figured I'd change it anyway, since I had changed that turbo and I hadn't changed oil yet. And everybody's like, you need to change oil when you change the turbo. I only had like maybe 1,500 miles on that. I wasn't going to sit there and change that stuff. If that, maybe 500 miles. I don't know, maybe 3. It was low. I can tell you that much right now. This is kind of odd. Don't taste bad at all. It kind of smells like gasoline, though. That's kind of concerning, but, I mean, it's what it is, I guess. If I blow it up, I blow it up. I mean, it was a $4,000 car. It's what it is. Just fucking send it over to scrap heap or some shit. You know what I mean? Now, we'd put a new motor in it. Well, we'd get a rebuild or something. I don't know. We'd do something. It's too nice to trash. You know, it's too nice to trash, but yeah, I don't know. That's interesting and insane. So we'll let that drain out, because like I can't do both of them at the same time because my other pan's full, so it's what it is. But that's nice. When I was younger, I used to, let's get your eyes down here real quick, folks. I used to take and paint a socket that I knew was going to be for a car when I changed the oil. And this was one of them, and it's a 9/16 too, so it's not like it's the first time that a 9/16 was, you know, used for a drain plug. But yeah, it looks like it's all drained out. So I'm going to pull it forward. Well, actually, I'm going to drop the car down and let it sit, because that's what I do. I let it sit for a little bit. That way it levels out. That way if there's anything in there, it can come down. Ooh, she dropped fast, man. She probably smashing that damn shit. Oh, my God. Look at it. Sitting right on there, smashing that damn shit. But it's all good. It'll be fine. So, I'll be back when we change that filter out. Well, it's all drained out. Moving on to the filter. That's actually 1 1/16". I was wrong about that. I mean, you can't really, you see him down there. He down there cranking that thing off. I got that rag under there for a little bit of protection. It shouldn't be a big deal. I got the pan under there too. So, there he goes. Get off there. It's coming out like that. Whole thing, all at once. Yep, there it goes. That's fucking awesome. Boom. Well, this thing's nice right here. You just pull this bad boy back like this, and it just kind of, pops in there or something. Yeah, it just kind of sticks in there with those little teeth. Get you over there, because that's where it's at. Everything's right there. And there's that dirty oil again, man. We got rag right here. Yeah, it's just so weird the way it smells. Doesn't smell like burnt oil or anything. Just completely insane. Just let that drain out and sit there for a minute. And new filter. Okay, we're going to set it on our rag because we got that O-ring that we're going to need to replace. It's on this. Actually, we'll just go up here. Let's go up here. You want to? We'll go up here. I'll set you right here. I don't think I can get you down anymore. Here we go. Right there. New filter. New O-ring. Pull that out of the way. Now, unfortunately, there is still some shit sitting down there in there. There's that. Right here like this. Hopefully it'll stay. Yeah, see all that shit sitting down in there? I don't know if you can see because that light. Yeah, that stinks. And that's sitting there like that, but I guess it's what it is. I mean, what can you do? Oh, you stick a towel down in there and sap it up? Probably not. But let's see if we get this ring off. You know what? Let me grab a screwdriver real quick. See if I got this thing right here. I love these things. Get these from Harbor Freight in like a pack. Pop this bad boy off, which you could probably, you could honestly reuse that until it goes. Because those things just don't go very quick. And they might last a while, but get that out of there. And blot bling, blot bloom. And then this guy goes in like this, and it just clips around there. Boom, just like that. Pops them in. And nice and tight, somewhat. And we'll just wipe this off real quick. That way we're not sticking a bunch of crap down there. And got some on here too. Get that shit cleaned up. I'll clean everything up really good before I put the car back together, you know what I mean, and button it up. Because I don't want oil and shit all over the place. I mean, if I don't have to have it. Somebody texting me. Don't know who. Don't know who. I guess it's not too bad. I guess it's not too bad. It's nice that just twists down there like that, you know what I mean? I just hand tighten that shit until I need to put that socket on it and just barely crank it over. Clean that up a little bit. Get that all cleaned up a little bit, mine. I don't think it'll be, unless it gets water up in there from when I'm driving it. I don't plan on washing this thing. The engine at least, don't need it. It's fairly clean. And yesterday we went and took it. We went over to West Unity to go to this old pizza shop over there. And ran the AC because it was somewhat warm out, and then I wanted to wash it because I got the package deal for 25 bucks a month. I can go through as many times as I want to over here to the Magic Tunnel. So washed it, and the wife was like, ooh, I'm hot, I don't feel good. So I'm like, okay, turn on the air conditioner, and it's about, you know, it ran it. It was good. Blowing nice and cold air out as long as it's on low and not like blasting on hot. But we never use the AC, but I would wash the car and swept it out because it was dirty and needed it. You know, just clean that oil up and stuff. So now we can start dumping some oil in here because it's time. Just kind of looking around in here. See if there's any leaks or anything like that. Since I did replace that turbo, I should probably get in there and check it out, take this thing off, and just see, you know what I mean? We just want to see. We need to see. Maybe we'll do that real quick. I don't know. So when I changed this turbo out, I ended up breaking this line right here, this residual line. It goes down there in that region right here. So this come undone on me. Obviously it didn't, you know, that heat shrink just didn't hold it in there. So we're going to have to take this off and fab it up, because you can get this, except there's like 4 or 5 different ones that go on here. And this thing costs like 300 bucks for those lines. And all I need is this one since it's broken. So I'm just going to pop it off and I'm going to fab it up again. I've got some like waterproof stuff that's a little bit more sticky and tacky. Heat shrink marine tube assortment. That's what I'm talking about. So this will probably do a better job holding that, you know, because it's going to get warm and stuff like that. And maybe I'll slide some kind of wires up in there and fab it up to where it's got some, you know, protection and it's not going to just out on me. But I think that'll be fine. Pull that off and sex it up real quick before we shove her back on. So I've got this guy right here drying out. I put some of this crazy glue on it and I'm going to dry it out. Right there is the section of the heat shrink that I'm just going to slide up over there. I'll bust the old gun out and I'll do it up. But I'm getting ready to dump the oil right here. And I just got this for a fill right now because I don't know where any of my other funnels are at. So that's what I'm going to use. And unfortunately I had to get this because they only had 2 quarts over there, and I didn't want this, but it was cheaper. Those are $7 for a freaking quart. This was 30 bucks for this 5, so figured it's probably better to get this than do that. So I'm gonna dump what I need to in there while that's drying. I'm gonna do that real quick, throw that back on, cap it up, and this car will be done, and I can move on to that because I got other things I need to do today anyways. 1 quart. I guess we'll go back down to that. Back down to that spot. Oh, this is cool. Check it out. Born in the USA. Born in the USA. I was. You know, get off of there. It'd be nice if these things came with like a little side puller, you know, so you could just pull the shit from the side instead of having to do a bunch of stupid shit to get this thing off, because these things are on there good. Like, this guy tipped over in the car when I was coming back, but I obviously didn't make no mess because as good as this thing is on there, you know. Okay, so that kind of smells like the other stuff, kind of, but not really. Oh, that's perfect. If not, I just dumped a bunch of shit right on the, you know, right on the engine. Instead, I'm right in there with it. I'll pull up and see what we got going on here. It looks like we got to there. So we got some room. We're still a little ahead, but we'll just dump a scotch more down in there. And we'll check it real quick because we want to. We want to check it before we get too excited. You know, you don't ever want to get too excited and overfill. I mean, if we got to, we'll just dump some out, but and this stuff is so fucking clean. Oh, she's almost there. Just a scotch, it looks like, on this. It's just one of these stupid weird bar things, you know what I mean? Which it just needs just a titch, and it will be good on it. Woo! Made a mess there. That's probably the titch we needed. I don't know. Okay. Well, you know, the filter, since it's empty right now, but that's just above the quart line. I don't know if you can see that or not. It's just above that right there. So I'd say it'd be good. I'm gonna pop it out and check it real quick one more time, which unfortunately you can't see, but I can. So I guess that's all that really matters. And looks to be full. So we are good here. Oh, our line should be about dry by now, I'd say. So we'll be able to heat shrink that on there. Hopefully that'll hold. And we'll be good with that. And we won't have to worry about that no more. We'll just throw this up on the old counter over here, man, where we got all the rest of our supplies at, you know what I mean? That way, we need oil, we got it. But I've got a couple quarts in the trunk where I've got other things, you know, I've got tools and shit like that. When I took my daughter out to little drive around and stuff like that, I showed her all the stuff, you know, showed her how to check the oil and shit like that, and where everything was at under the motor, because that's the kind of guy I am. That's what you need to do, even whether she was paying attention or not. I still showed her because she needs to know, just in case when time comes for her to get the car. I want her to know, which I'll have to be going through that shit again with her, because, you know, who knows what retains in these kids' minds these days, you know what I mean? These things are super tacky. We'll see if we can get this guy to tighten up on us here. And I got it to where it's over the brake, so it should be good, hopefully. There you go, it's starting to suck in now some. Yeah. Like I said, this is that marine, so it's got that nice tacky on the inside. It like melts to it. So it's just going to be another layer of protection, and that looks like it's just beautiful. Just beautiful where that brake was at. I'll just be super careful now when I'm putting it back on. And, you know, should be good. I mean, let's hope at least, right? We can hope that it's good. Oh yeah, you can see, maybe, I doubt it, but like where the goop is at and stuff. It's just beautiful. Just beautiful there. Now, this is what I'm talking about. If I should wrap something around there, something else. Because I do have bigger stuff I could throw over it, so it's like double heat shrinked, you know. Maybe I'll do that. But the only thing is I don't know if this tube right here would melt down over that and be tight enough. You know, it looks like it would be. Obviously, I can't get it over that. And that rubber's a pain, and I really don't want to twist and jerk this around too much. So maybe we'll just try this, and we'll leave it be with this. We'll see what happens. And we'll come back and let you know another time after we get it done. But I'm going to throw this back together real quick. So then we'll be on to that, because it's just a couple bolts once I stick it down in there. We done tripled this up. So we got the triple dipple on it. I know, you know, you're probably thinking, oh, dude, you just can't use one. So I didn't. And I made sure this little clip later was here, because before I didn't have that clipped. It was just a pain in the butt to do it, but I made sure I got it this time. That way this thing couldn't wobble all over and wham, kicking back with that turbo when we're launching and stuff like that. And this freaking massive engine in this car, and we're just getting on it. So we should have that sexed up for sure. We shouldn't have no more problems here. Engine oil is full, so we're gonna clap that up and move on over now. Just wanted to let you know that so you weren't worried about me and, you know, doing something that I shouldn't have done or not doing it good enough. What up? Under the wagon here, and obviously as you can see, it's really convenient. That bolt is right there. I love it. The filter's right there. I know you can't see it, but maybe in a minute I'll show it to you. So we're gonna crack that letter drain down. Had to get down here and clean some things up because she's kind of a mess, unfortunately. There's a seal that's right up in here behind these belts and etc., that is leaking antifreeze. So this thing's going to probably need to go to the shop because it's going to need to get fixed. I don't know what the deal is. You know, I dumped some of that shit in there and it seemed to take care of the problem for a while, but it's got slow. Let's tighten her up. Yeah, it's a 7/8, but man, it's super nice to change this. It sucks. This thing has, like, unfortunately, it's so old and it sat for so long when it was neglected and shit. Hopefully I'm not too much in your way. You know, when it was neglected and stuff for the longest time, sitting out in the middle of who knows where, not being, you know, used or anything, it developed some leakage here and there. The power steering reservoir leaks, so I got to constantly check out. You know, things of that nature and stuff, which I usually carry the stuff on me in this, and that started happening after I, ooh, yeah, that, hey, right there, man, look how dark that is. This stuff been put to the test, boy. Let's taste it real quick. You know, it smells about the same as the other stuff did. Oh yeah, look how dark it is though. Ooh, it tastes different. But yeah, this stuff has been, you know, obviously it's been run for 2 summers, like I said. I'm not gonna say that it's got like 5,000 miles on it or anything like that, but it's got enough. Oh yeah, see that thing's dripping coolant right there. It sucks. I cleaned that seal off a little bit and just started coming out. I got a bucket down here to catch it, and it, unfortunately I've got to add stuff every time I go to run it because it's just, you know, getting too bad. So I'm, you know, this is going to have to go to a shop and probably be torn apart. But I've heard these things never run the same after, you know, you do that. And that's kind of shocking if that's all the oil. There's got to be another. There's got to be a bolt on the backside too, I bet, because that wasn't very much. And the way that pan is, you know, I'm going to slide back here and see. Yep, right on the bottom. All right, so, well, at least we got that stuff. I don't think I can, I'm not sure if it'll reach for both. It might reach for both of them. I wonder if it's the same. Here, let's go over here. It's the same size bolt, if you know what I mean. You know what I mean? We're just scooging around on the floor and shit. I'm not sure where you're at, but it's right up under there. Basically where the tip of that is at. You know what I mean? I don't know what you can see and what you can't see, so it's probably the same size. Yeah. Oh, come on. I need both fucking hands. You're kind of in the way. Ooh, I'm missing we are missing a gasket up there. Okay. Okay. I don't know if my hair's in the way or what you can see and what you can't see, unfortunately. I have to edit some stuff out. Well, here's where all the hard-earned... Oh, you gotta be fucking kidding me. You have got to be kidding me. That's why I keep a chunk of cardboard and stuff down here. Well, this is just going to be a fucking mess if I can't get this thing to pull off by hand before I get this. This is super freaking tight. Yeah, still can't. Okay. You gotta be kidding me. Get over there. There we go. Yeah, just getting blowed up here. All right, there we go. Now we're draining out the good stuff. Oh, let's get that other one back on the front, huh? Well, done spun that thing and pulled her one way and twisted the other and still dripping out the front. Made a mess, but it's, like I said, it's a good thing it's sitting on a cardboard. Yeah, stuff's a lot more gross. Well, plain in oil. Always making a mess. Always just making a mess somewhere. All right. Well, we got everything buttoned back up for them. You know what I mean? All the things on there. Let's see if we can pull this filter off by hand real quick. I do have that wrench right there. Got the new one right there. Once I start twisting this thing, they'll want the oil pan to catch whatever. If I get it, usually I can. This one, it'll go. It's not on there that much. I probably can get it, but we'll see if we can get this thing to go up over there and just pop her down real quick so we don't have to sit there and fuck with it. Because we don't want to if we don't have to. There we go. There we go. There we go. Got him. Got him. Which I only put this stuff on by hand. You know that by now if you've watched this channel and me do an oil change at least once with one of these like this, which I don't usually do all this stuff, you know what I mean? Oh, this thing's like got nothing in it. Crazy. Must have drained everything out, which is cool. This thing don't even look that dirty. Period. But, I mean, there's stuff in there. Just not a ton. Maybe it drained all out. I don't know. Well, we'll change her anyways. That was odd. It's the first time that's ever happened. Completely. And it's like dropping none out. But maybe that's why the front of that pan is there. So you don't lose a bunch of oil when you do that. Yeah, we'll get your eyes on that. That's interesting. Put this new Wix filter on here real quick. Okay. 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 That's probably good right there. Oh, yeah, I'll get you over here real quick. Let me grab you. Get one of these gloves off that's dirty and nasty. So I'm not getting you on a bunch of business and stuff. I'm sure you couldn't see any of that shit since I was, you know, up under there. But yeah, that's where the filter is. This is where that plug is. So that plug probably drains everything out that would go in there. You know what I mean? The plug, that front plug that we were fucking with in the beginning. And that's right there. I mean, it's heavy. It's got stuff on it now because it was sitting on there, but it really wasn't. But it is a heavy filter versus that one, which is super light. And, you know, somebody might say, you should put... No, I can't put anything in there. It's tilted to the side like that. You know what I mean? How are you supposed to do that? Come on. Come on now. Well, I don't know about you, but I always check the dipstick before I put oil in just to see. And there's just a little bit on the tip there. You know what I mean? Which we'll clean off real quick and we'll shove back down in. This guy's got a hard spot to get to and stuff. You know what I mean? Yeah, there's none on here. So we know that all the oil's out and it's good to go. So we'll flip around here. We'll grab our little water bottle, whatchamajig, and we'll dump some oil here. See how you go right there. It's like maybe, I don't know. Let's get you somewhere better off. Well, I'll tell you one thing nice about this is that this takes the whole thing, 5. It takes all 5. And I don't think it takes anything less. And I don't think it takes anything more than the 5. So I'm going to take that hood up some more, but I got this freaking 2-man kayak up there, so I can't necessarily get any more of that hood up. So I just got to kind of crouch over and I do what I got to do. You know what I mean? Sometimes you got to do what you got to do when you're doing it. Oh, man, oh, man, we ain't trying to make no mess. Look how nice and clean that is. Oh, it's so clear. Beautiful. Just beautiful. And, you know, that's going right down in the mouth of that spout there. If I wouldn't have made a big-ass mess, I'd be able to just dump it just like that. But it's nice that I don't have to worry about regulating any of this stuff. I'm just doing it all. Just doing it all. I know you're going to be happy. Probably appreciate that. And I should probably start looking around for a shop that can do this stuff that I need done on this car, because it's sad, but this isn't something. I mean, if I had a Chilton's 5.0 Chilton's, I'd do it. I look for things like that. I look for 5.0 Chilton's. I look for you know, semi-truck engine manuals when I go to antique stores and stuff like that. I'm always looking for that kind of crap, because it's kind of stuff that, like, I would love to have a 3406B cat manual. That way I can do shit to that motor if I wanted to, you know. Always try to find that stuff. That stuff's hard to come by, though. So if you know anybody that's got anything like that, I need a 5.0 manual and a 3406B manual. If you get me one, hook me up. I'd love to have it. Get your fresh paper towel real quick. Let's check this oil. We'll check this dipstick, man. We're going to whip it out. We're going to see how we are. Oh, we look like we're over full, but there's nothing in the filter. I know you can't see that, but I can. And it shows over full, so it's what it is. We're just going to shove that back down in there. Check the coolant real quick. Brakes look good. You know, because here's the deal, okay? Ooh. I barely ever check the transmission fluid because it seems to be fine, but we got oil, brakes, power steering right down here. Let's see what we got going on. Get him. Now, looks like he's full cold and plenty. So, that's what it is. And I think I've had this car since 2017, pretty sure. So we've been running her like this for a few years. It just started to coolant leak when around the time I went out to see Dane Scott at the old Truckers Lounge last year. We'll pay him a visit. Oh yeah, we're gonna need some coolant because we are down some, if you can see that. I don't know what all you can see, but it's cool. We got a jug right over there. We'll dump some in there. You know, some in a reservoir, but I will fire it up here in a second just to get that wool flowing through it and stuff and let it run for a minute, because both of them need it, since both of them got oil changes and neither one have been started yet. I didn't add any coolant because I'll probably dump some shit in there. Oh, that's just from that fan. That's why that coolant's bobbing around in there in that thing. It looks like it's dripping, but it ain't. Just from that fan, but that thing started up okay. A little bit of a tap. Look. Yeah, I need to find a shop that works on almost like a race car shop. I know it's not a race car, but I would like to have it tuned into a race car. Wouldn't that be fun? I mean, the thing already shits and gets, but God, if it'd do more. Ultimate sleeper. There it goes. Now it's not as lagging out as much. Usually right now they'd say, okay, shut it down, because you know, you start it, shut it down, check the stuff, make sure the oil pressure's rising. Let's give it some. Let's get some ass. What do you get? Some gas. About a quarter tank. I'll say it's fine. Check the oil real quick, man. And we'll be done with this. And it'll be that for that. Changing oil. You know what I mean? On this guy. Big wagon. Clean. Love it. Love it. Well, it's kind of says add, but I don't know, we'll let it sit. We'll let it sit for a while. Cause it got 5 freaking quarts in there, man. Yeah, it's getting better. It'll be fine. We don't want to overfill nothing. You know what I mean? You start that black car and get it out the garage. I should buff it, put some polish on it or something one of these days. I can never find a freaking hole. I know it's a personal problem here. Got him. Because it's in the dark. You know what I mean? That thing sounds good, man. Little car sounds good. I'll check this real quick here. I hate these ones. See that stupid ass thing? You can't see it, but you can't see down in that either. Find a freaking hole. Yeah, it should be good. Over 3/4, so I filled up some of that filter, you know what I mean? But I'll keep my eye on this one since I'm going to be driving it more often. I'll check that one too later. Just let it go, you know, it's what it is. Because I don't want the shit to be like, oh, it's full. And you just shut it down and all that oil's up in there. You got to let her drain down some. Just a little bit. So it's what it is. 2 cars. These are done. The next thing I'll probably change the oil on is probably the green truck or grandma's truck. The oil's going to need changed on the green truck here pretty soon. I don't know when. I know I still got some miles in there, but I should probably get somewhere. I'll have to go back through a video and see where it is because I don't write stuff down, but I am going to write it down for this, and I'll keep a mental note on that one, whatever the numbers are, because usually it's I think it's at 87 right now, so maybe around 90-ish. That'll get done again, but it ain't gonna get done for a while. I can tell you that much right now, but it's what it is. So thanks for watching. Like, share, subscribe, comment, say what you want to. Don't really matter to me. Till next time, you know what we say. Thanks for hanging out at Uncle Chad's garage. Till then, we will see ya.